Hello ARMY. There was a moment when Jungkook introduced Taehyung as his lover during the BTS Erarang album live performance in London. You probably wouldn't expect what Jungkook said in front of all the ARMY in the stadium. Jungkook told ARMY, "This is my love." ARMY were shocked. An entire stadium shouted, "Taekook forever!" and applauded loudly. All of ARMY even fainted from happiness after hearing Jungkook say those words. The incident happened right after they performed the song Body to Body. We all know that their love is not something to be taken lightly. For the haters who still can't accept this and keep saying they are just friends on stage, wake up. Don't keep sleeping. You're missing the story. Watch the continuation of this video and don't miss it. Taekook make my life so happy. Hello ARMY and everyone who just joined. Hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. Let's jump straight into today's video topic. Welcome back to V Effect. The stadium lights transitioned into a gentle, pulsating dim as the final thunderous bass notes of Hooligan faded into the cool night air. A palpable sense of exhaustion mingled with electric anticipation hung over the Erarang album live performance venue, where thousands of individual light sticks painted the darkness with an undulating, majestic ocean of purple. At the epicenter of this immense stage, Jungkook and Taehyung remained side by side, their presence amplified by the deliberate choice of wearing identical outfits. A subtle fashion statement that had fueled relentless fan theories since the very onset of the tour. Jungkook moved with purposeful grace toward the edge of the stage, his grip tightening around the microphone as if anchoring himself to the gravity of the impending moment. A few paces behind him, Taehyung stood with a soft, enigmatic smile playing on his lips, his gaze fixed on his partner. The stadium, which had only moments ago been vibrating with the intensity of their performance, suddenly fell into a profound, breathless silence. The air felt heavy, charged with an unspoken significance as Jungkook drew in a long, steadying breath, summoning every ounce of his courage to dismantle a barricade that had been meticulously guarded for years. His eyes scanned the vast sea of ARMY with a raw, piercing sincerity that felt unprecedented in their long history as global icons. Slowly, with deliberate intention, he reached out and interlaced his fingers with Taehyung's, holding their joined hands up before thousands of witnesses who seemed to collectively hold their breath. There were no prompts, no pre-written scripts on the monitors, and no cues from the production team. There was only the unfiltered reality of a man choosing his own truth. As he brought the microphone to his lips, the silence became almost physically taxing. "Everyone, there is something I want to tell you directly at this precious moment," Jungkook stated, his voice resonating through the speakers with a clarity that belied the turmoil he had surely felt. The gravity of that opening sentence was immediate, causing a stir of nervous energy throughout the stands. Taehyung, visibly moved, bowed his head for a brief second before offering a gentle, reassuring squeeze to Jungkook's hand, an act of silent, unwavering solidarity. Jungkook turned slightly to look at Taehyung, then pivoted back to the audience, his eyes shining with a mixture of pride and profound vulnerability. "This is my love," he declared, the words ringing out with absolute conviction. The statement felt like a shattering of glass, instantly dissolving the invisible wall that had long separated their personal realities from their professional personas. For several agonizing seconds, the stadium remained frozen, the magnitude of the confession sinking in, until the silence finally broke into a wave of hysterical, cathartic cheering that seemed to rattle the very foundation of the arena. The chant, "Taekook forever," erupted from a single section of the crowd before cascading across the stadium like wildfire. It was not merely a reaction, it was a thunderous collective blessing. Thousands of fans rose from their seats, their applause merging into a singular roar of support. Many were moved to tears, the atmosphere shifting rapidly from a standard concert to a deeply emotional, transcendent celebration of human connection. The relief on Jungkook's face was visible on the giant screens, and as the realization of total acceptance washed over him, he began to bow repeatedly, overwhelmed by the love radiating back at him. Medical staff moved swiftly through the front rows where the sheer shock of the moment had caused several fans to faint, but even amidst the activity, the collective focus remained fixed on the two figures on stage. Taehyung, shedding his previous tension, offered his signature boxy smile, a gesture of pure, unadulterated happiness. He looked at Jungkook with deep gratitude, clearly touched that his partner had chosen such a monumental platform to honor their relationship. Their matching attire, once a subject of mystery, now stood as a clear, bold symbol of their unity and shared commitment. The rest of the members stood back, granting them the space to let this moment define their lives. Every time the screen captured the look of liberation on Jungkook's face, the cheering intensified, echoing beneath the Arirang sky. Fans embraced one another, bonded by the shared experience of witnessing a historic shift in the culture of fame. The energy was restorative, replacing lingering uncertainties with a profound, beautiful sense of understanding. As some fans recovered from the initial shock, they wept upon hearing what had transpired, feeling a deep sense of pride at having been present for such an act of bravery. Eventually, Taehyung approached the microphone, his calm, deep voice anchoring the chaotic energy. He spoke with genuine appreciation, noting that the support they were receiving was the most precious gift they had ever been given. He articulated that for them, ARMY was not merely a fan base, but a family that had provided the safety required for their love to survive. As the night drew to a close, the stadium lights bathed the stage in a deep symbolic purple. The two stood tall, their hands still joined, acknowledging the crowd one last time. They promised to pour the love they felt in that moment into every future note and movement, viewing this not as an end, but as a new beginning. They bowed deeply, a gesture of infinite respect to those who had stood by them. That night would forever be etched in history, not just as a concert, but as the moment when love moved from the shadows into the light, supported by millions who chose to celebrate honesty above all else. As the echoes of that monumental night began to settle into the collective memory of the world, the story of their courage continues to ripple far beyond the confines of the stadium. This historic declaration has ignited a global conversation about the nature of love, the power of honesty, and the incredible bond shared between artists and their supporters. Now, it is your turn to become a part of this unfolding narrative by sharing your perspective on the significance of this moment. Whether you were there under the purple sky or have been moved by the accounts of what transpired, your voice is an essential thread in the tapestry of this new chapter. We invite you to step forward and join the dialogue by leaving your thoughts in the comments section below. How did you feel witnessing such a transformative act of vulnerability? And what does this message of love mean to you as a member of this global community? Your reflections, messages of support, and personal insights are deeply valued and help to keep the spirit of this historic evening alive. Please share your reflections openly, as every comment serves as a testament to the enduring power of sincerity and the beautiful, unbreakable connection that unites us all. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.